Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hello, everyone. Come in, come in, come in. Hit that like, hit that share button, right? Share this information, share the live stream, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Also, I need you to do this. If you are not subscribed to my channel or this channel on YouTube, I need you to subscribe to the channel. I am at 36,980 subscribers. So 20 more subscribers and I will be at 37,000. So help me out with that. If you're watching on another platform, Facebook or Twitter, then go to YouTube and make sure you are subscribed. So hit that thumbs up. Let's talk about this economy. Let's talk about this recession because I want to make sure that you are recession ready. I want to make sure you are recession ready and that you are positioned, right? That you can be a part of this great wealth transfer and you are increasing your cash flow, your credit, and your financial status, and you're not decreasing. So, again, come in. Let's hit the thumbs up. I was just on a Let's go, Todd. Todd, are you located in Cali? Todd, are you out of California? I was just on the live stream. We were discussing that the average gas price for regular gas right now out of Cali, out of California, is $6 a gallon, and you even see some $8 a gallon gas prices right now out of California. So definitely, if you are in California or anywhere in the states, you need to tune in. Right, Puerto Rico is looking real good to me. I'm definitely looking at some moves to make in Puerto Rico. They are crypto friendly, especially with the crypto taxes that's coming in. Hello, Patrice. Hello to you, and thank you all for coming in and saying hello. Thank you for listening and joining in on the live stream. I could have live streamed on a total different topic today. You all will not believe my combination of who I was listening to today. Is very interesting. But I'm gonna tell you, right? I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell the world, but I'm going to tell you all. I was listening to Billy Carson today. Could Lucifer be the God of the Bible? Now, before you have your religious antennas on and say, Queen, you're going too far. I'm telling you, it was a really good teaching by Billy Carson. And then I listened to the late, great Dr. Miles Monroe that talks about religion and why he's not in Christianity and the difference between religion and Christianity and kingdom. So wow, I just had a flood of good spiritual dose today. And both of those was great. I love it when I can combine the scientific part with Billy Carson and the spiritual part to the kingdom concept of Dr. Miles Monroe. You all know how I am. If you ask me too much, I may give you just some spiritual. Depends on how this live stream go, who shows up, the magnitude of people that I'm meant to bless tonight. But just the lessons I learned in both of those live streams that I listened to is very powerful, right? Um, you're in Colorado, right? Okay, but you're about to dip, okay. The serpent did tell Eve. That's a whole different thing. Billy Carson even broke that down of what that serpent mean, and it was not an actual um, serpent. It was not an actual like snake, right? He really broke that down about the entering into your subconscious mind and conscious mind and realizing that you are God's or you are God's. So let me stick with the topic. But if you all come in and say, Queen, we want to know, I'll elaborate. I mean, I'm telling you, those was the best of both worlds. Listen to both of them and put it together. And I will elaborate. But let's get into this economy. Good day to you, XRP Goblin. Is that a Little Wayne picture? Oh my God. You know what, XRP Goblin? Let me make a confession. I am seriously wondering if XRP will be um Will XRP be that crypto, right? Will XRP be that crypto that's going to be with the connected to the digital SDR? Right. I've heard and I research and I'm going back and forth. Yes, I do own XRP. I have some XRP. I hodl XRP. But I've heard different philosophies, different trains of thought about that. And many people saying it will be the digital yuan, but most are saying it will be XRP. One of the arguments about XRP is that it is centralized and that the global banks will not want to use a centralized system, and so QDBXRP that's connected or that will work in collaboration to the SDR, right? Many or most, not many, but some are saying, I've said that way, some are saying it will be the digital yuan and the which will take place as the global currency system that China, the year of the tiger, China will excel digitally and replace the US dollar, and it will not be XRP, but I still have my XRP because as I tell people, cryptocurrency should be the long game. It should not be a quick flip if you know what you have, right? What you have and what you have in your possession. So, oh my God, did you? He said he sold his XRP. He need to change his name. Um, Bernicia says, in this recession, do you think with this recession, many people are going to try to go back to school or change careers? I do think people will change careers. Look at the 1111. You all hashtag. You see the Bitcoin, you see the three ones. We have to give respect to the powerful ones. So hashtag 1111 for me, whether you're, it's just changed, but put it in, whether you are watching this live or on the replay. We get some positive energy into the crypto world, crypto market today. And yes, I do think job careers will change to do more reflection of people getting trained to work with the technological world that cryptocurrency is being brought into our economic system for. And what I mean by that is more the metaverse, um, more NFT tokens, more IT technology, type jobs that will definitely come in, right? And so, yeah, I do think there's going to be a change, but more so in those areas as people are still resigning, people are still working in the midst of a recession. They're still quitting their jobs. And I do think there's going to be a job shift. We have X, not XRP, but XEC, eCash has pumped 16% today. So this is my definitely my crypto for today. Someone says that it will not be XRP, it will be XLM, Stellar. We got Nino in. Like, I got Nino and the XRP Goblin in. I am amongst the stars. Nino. Yeah, I had to. I just talked about New Jack City. Whenever I'm in my Jeep, I always think about that New Jack City scene with Nino Brown. The XRP says Chainlink is a great coin. Yeah, Chainlink is the oracle. It is a great coin. But I don't give financial advice or anything. But I do recommend that at your leisure, or during your own time, that you definitely look at XEC. You look at that. Um, you know, XLM, definitely. I have more XLM than I do XRP, just because XRP is centralized and it just, it's so much. But I did not sell my, did not sell my XRP. I'm still holding on for dear life with that. But XEC continues to be in that. And then we got Loop Ring up 4% on today. Polymatic coming in. I think Poly is number 11. Dogecoin is number 10 on that crypto. A lot of people still waiting on Doge to get real return back to its all-time high as well. And again, you all hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. So more than 60% of American, according to um, what is this, Daily Motion, they are saying it's living paycheck to paycheck. So I'm not all doom and gloom. I still have a solution for you. Let me tell you this: if you are in cryptocurrency and you out of desperation, that is not the posture to be in when it comes to any investing, any asset class, right? You don't want to be there out of desperation, out of desperados. You want to be able to position to hold on for the long term as long as you can, because from that posture, that's the only time that you have your money working harder for you than you work for the money. So more than 6% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck amid recession fears. And people, this was an issue before the recession. There's so many Americans were living paycheck to paycheck. Before this recession, 1 out of 4 Americans actually had $400 saved to the side in the event that they needed cash on deck, cash on hand. That's something I don't like to call it emergency funds, because I look at it this way: when you have money for emergencies, emergency will happen. So I just call it my quick stash money, right? Quick stash money, um, cash on hand, cash on deck, where I don't have to go pull it out of asset, is easily accessible for me for when I need it. And that's the way I look at it. But now you have warnings from the sugar industry. Sugar, which I'm not even mad at sugar, right? But white sugar harvest saying that they could be with the supply chain. It warns of disaster over the gas cuts. I'm not going to play that video for you all, but I'm not upset with sugar because of that, because sugar is such a um, highly addictive substance that people get addicted to. Now, but this is the thing, right? They said depending on gas delivery, they will not be able to start production of white sugar, no sugar production at all, right? And no, no processing, no refineries, no growers for the sugar industry. Now, I'm going to pause this video and I want you all to look at it. I mean, I won't use the other white powder that this resembles, but it has the same um, addictive outcomes that other white powders have, right? I have to be careful how I say things now on these different platforms. Sugar is the number one addictive substance that people get on, that's accessible for them to buy in grocery stores, that's legal. Now, you may be thinking, well, Queen, if it's that harmful and dangerous to the diet, it's a good thing, right? That it won't be accessible. Not when people are not ready to get weaned from that addictive powder. See, as I said earlier, I think so many mass shootings that they are reporting, and when people diet is taken away before they are ready for or preparing for, the animalistic part of a person comes out. This is where we get in the Bible that both man and wild beasts, right? You got to be able to decode the Bible and look at it from the executory example that it is. Man and wild beast was created on the same day. What does that mean? That means that reptilian part of your brain, the reptilian part, right? The pituitary part of the brain, which is the reptilian, and then you have the pineal, which is the spiritual part. That wild beast, you heard people refer to as beast mode, comes out because now people have to be just taken away from bad dietary habits. unwillfully, unknowingly. And so that part of them, that pituitary part of them, that animalistic part of them begins to tap in and overtake their decision making. So now you have not only that, I saw myself and I will eat chicken. I would prefer to eat chicken than beef or any red meat. But you have chicken shortages, right? Honestly, I don't eat a lot of red beef. I just really don't. I do still eat chicken. Some people say you're not supposed to eat any meat, but I do still eat chicken, and I do still eat fish, but certain fish, not catfish. And with that being said, people, when people are not ready for a dietary change, but they are forced, you're going to see more outbursts like this in the economy. You're going to see the media advertising more. The media is going to play off of this, um, not for the economy, but against it, because they don't want people, as we're going into this depression, to have any type of protection for themselves. I highly do not advise that you don't have something to protect yourself and your family. That's right, Patrice. So now, because we already see California, let's do the gematria on California again. You might be asking, well, Queen, why is California the first state to see these high gas prices, these astronomical gas prices? You all know, if you've been following me. If you haven't been following me, make sure you are subscribed. That numbers, people, unlocks the codes. That's why math and things of that nature is so important. But numbers unlock the codes and mysteries, not only to the universe, but to what's going on in this economy now and what will be going on in the future. And we broke this down before. California, you see the 7-Eleven right here, the 7-Eleven and the double 88 as well in the English ordinal, the double 88 as well in the English ordinal. But the 7-Eleven means that divine transition with the number 7, and the number 11 as the Twin Tower in the Miami condos also represent that disaster is coming, but that disaster will bring a wealth transfer. Under the rubble of the Twin Towers was buried millions and millions of dollars of gold, physical gold and silver. So as disaster comes upon the land, so does a wealth transfer as well. The question is, are you prepared, or are you preparing to the best of your ability? The number 8, you see the double number 8, it represents new beginning and a new order of creations. Let me say that again. The double 88, a new beginning and a new order of creation. A new beginning, new creation. I talked about Leviticus 25, 50th Jubilee. But have you heard, and I know you all didn't come in for biblical things, but people, this is the way I can teach it to you, of the 50th day of Pentecost. The day Pentecost is also referred as the day 8 of the 7th week. The 8 out of the 50 is a combination of pictures and resurrections that happen, that goes into immortal and immortality. So, people, the number 8, new creation, new things, new time period, timekeeping is on its way. The New Testament itself is divided into 8 equal parts, right? 8 equal parts and 4 different watches, but I'm not going to go about it. Jesus, for example, after he resurrected, He showed himself 8 times after the resurrection. People, new beginning, new order is coming. And so California is setting that tone. It is setting the base for what's going to happen with the other 49 states. And then you also have New York, that's the 111 Gematria as well, right? So the number 8, the double 88, God's creation of everything, right? The number 4 represents north, south, east, and west. It represents the direction. It represents first 4 days of creation. Land was created, liquid, light, life, vegetarian, right? Every seed was now vegetation bearing fruit for man and animals alike to eat. And 8 also is the number of the name Jesus. I need to show you all that. So everything is divided from 4 plus 4. The new creation, the double 8, after the flood. Todd says, yeah, it's it's about to get downright spooky. And then people don't forget that quantitative easing is happening. Quantitative easing is happening July 1st as well, from the government, going into July and going into August. So people, this is going to be a hot summer, right? And I know I'm putting it up in gematria, but Jesus' name in Greek adds up to 888. It's not actually in gematria though, it's showing 711. Let me see if I can share that with you. Which is, I broke down 711 the other day, so I don't really want to get into the 711 code and what your 711 stores really represent, right? But that's actually hold on. I think I got it. Yeah. So with that being said, people, the Bible has the answers. It has the answers, but a lot of people ask me, "Well, Queen, does it mean?" And a friend guy, me and a friend guy was talking about this today. Does that mean the end times are coming in the rapture? And he brought to my attention that people ask that all the time, but the Bible says, according to that, there's so many things that have to happen in Jerusalem before those things happen. And Billy Carson says that the Bible actually says Christ will return, which means that we will return back to our Christ consciousness, the Christos, right? I don't even want to get into that because I can really get into some spiritual stuff. But now more Americans have said that they have exhausted their savings as well. Let me pull that up. Lisa, thank you for the 1177 super chat. Thank you for the 1177 super chat. Also, you all, let me remove, I'm saying double versions. When you give, make sure that you speak positive affirmation of what you expect in return. In your giving, the Bible does says when 2 or 3 touch and agree. And I always invite wealth, and I'm saying this to you, Lisa. I always invite the wealth of the universe to manifest richly in your financial affairs now, and that you are rich in mind and manifestation, right? And manifestation, and that you are rich and well and happy and protected according to Psalms 91:1. You are protected in all areas of your life and all your financial affairs as well. But make sure when you give that you speak affirmation, because the power of life and death, it is in your tongue, right? And that's a way of manifestation of mixing and combining the law of agreement, of giving, and combining of speaking of what you want to manifest in your life. People, 3 ways to manifest: to give, to say, right? To speak it, to give it, to see it. But you also, I might as well say 4, you also have to, you can write it as well. You can write it, see it, speak it, say it. I just like to cover all 4 bases, right? So now inflation have Americans turning to loans, credit cards to cope with. I've been telling you all to get your credit up as well. It said that this particular lady in this story was already struggling to pay her credit card bills because of thousands of dollars in expenses from her notary business. Small business owners. And just think about the sugar shortage as well as um, the sugar shortage is going on, grain, fertilizer, right? Wheat, all of this, what it's going to do for restaurants and small business owners. So this woman says she's exhausted. She had spent thousands back into her business. I know some people are probably gonna say, "Well, why didn't she get the PPP loan?" Maybe she did. Maybe she got the employee credit loan, right? So inflation. I've been telling people about this: gas, utility, and grocery prices. Oh my! You're going to see by the winter higher utility bills. They're already saying it's going to be a great spike, mostly when winter comes, with what we're paying already right now in utilities. So people, not only is a hot winter coming, I told you all months and months ago that you're going to see $7 a gallon gas prices. The gases are going to increase and going high, even though Joe Biden is saying, President Biden is saying that he's planning now for diesel. But people, we have a what's that called? The DeFi fluid that goes in diesel. We have a shortage is that as well because the DEF diesel exhaust fluid, that's short abbreviated for DEF, is also going through diesel exhaust fluid a shortage because much of this is made from fertilizer. Fertilizer is transported from Russia. So this is another area shortage and supply chain crisis. There's a good picture of a good commodity. If you have extra money, some most Americans don't, but if you have extra money and saving, silver is a good storage place to make sure that your dollars are not being devalued right now. Is what I tell people: coins, cryptocurrency, credit, and cash flow. Oh my. And that does not have to be in that order. Coins, gold and silver. Gold will be used to reset the currency system. Cryptocurrency, I just showed you having a good day in the crypto world. In the green, Bitcoin is touching 32,000, right? But I'm going to tell you, crypto and the stock market is going to have a crash this year, right? So make sure that you have enough excess cash on hand. Lisa says $6 premium is here, not far from her. I think right now my area premium is like right at $5, not quite six, not quite six. So you might see a lot of people who used to do premium now they're saying, we're just gonna do 87. We're gonna do regular. Rent increases. Rent increases. The increasing of rent, and let's look at where rent is increasing. People, in the most inexpensive areas that's usually it is to rent in, which is mobile homes. 30 years. This is out of Virginia. They lived in a trailer park, Fort Washington, where monthly rent, people, look at this, it was around $350. And guess what that rent is spiking up to? You all see it. $1,000 from 350. This is trailer park. I didn't know they people even paid $350 rent though, honestly. Now to $1,000. Also, a retired home care aide who lives on food stamps and 860 in Social Security each month says there's no way to make the math work. She owns, yeah, I just said this on a private live stream, helping people get their cash flow up, and credit scores increase, and immediate discount on the utility bills they're paying. If you're not tapped into this program, my question to you is why aren't you? If you're not, text cash flow to get more information. So she says between food stamps, and so this takes up all the Social Security that she's getting, which is $860. She has no way to make the math work. She owns the mobile home she shares with her partners and adult daughter, but soon will have to give that up if she can't afford to rent out. See, this is the thing. She owns the mobile home, but she has to rent out the plot of land. See, there are people that own houses, but they can't afford property taxes. The IMF has already put that disclaimer that people will own nothing and be happy. And you might say, well, Queen, how can you be happy when you don't own anything? Some people are just going to be happy that some kind of way they found an affordable place to live. Surging rents are casualty at the mobile homes part. And oh my God, I'm gonna be honest with you all. I didn't know mobile home people did it like that. I thought they charged you for the rent. I didn't know they charged you for the plot of land too. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. I guess if they say they have to pay taxes on that land, that they're going to pass the buck down. So own the mobile home, the trailer, but can't afford the land property rent or taxes. That's many people's stories when it comes to their housing as well. People are protesting gas stations and chevrons right now. This is a picture from Los Angeles. We're seeing $7 a gallon for regular. Protesters are out. They say it's regular is an arm plus it's a leg. Super is both. I was about to say something else, but I'm gonna be nice. That's $7. So people, let me break down this math. And I said in the other, as you see in dual, I mean, I ought to keep it that way. Just for the fun of it. To make you pay attention. If you see me both ways, you gotta stay focused, huh? But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna switch it to this one. I broke it down this way on my live stream, right? Okay. Let me teach you what most Americans have been taught. Right. This is why most people not gonna make it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm gonna do 10 dimes, 60, 70, 80, 90, a dollar, right? So 10 dimes. Have to make sure because it's kind of hard for me to pick them up with my nails. So for every dollar that you earn, every dollar that you make, right? Every dollar that you make, this is what's happening. The government takes 30 cents off the top, right? Let me switch this up. The government takes 30 cents off the top. Every dollar you make. This is why until people change this, your financial situation is not going to get better. In fact, it's going to get worse. So, boom, before you get your net pay, gross, government, 30% come in tax. But you know what? For this live stream, I'm gonna give you a dime back. I'm just gonna say 20%. Every paycheck out of every dollar, every hour that you work in exchange for money, Whether it's 15 of these or 25 of these, $25, whatever, we're going to take 20 cents for everyone. But right now, for demonstration and teaching purposes, we're going to do $1. 20 cents from the government. That's from your gross, right? So if you're an employee and you have insurances and 401k, health insurance, dental insurance, vision, accidental, that's 20 more cents, right? The government took 20, then big businesses, big corporation insurance, it took your other 20. If you're a small business owner, you pay 40% on every dollar because you're supposed to pay taxes for your employees. Now, maybe you're saying, well, Queen, I don't pay Social Security and Medicare taxes for them. Well, shame on you because they won't have Social Security in retirement. Maybe they just work for you part-time, or maybe they're contractual, right? So you don't have to pay into their Social Security or Medicare. But you should insure your property that if they are hurt or injured, or any of your customers, that you have liability insurance and you pay this at the end. See, employees are taxed first, but small business owners are taxed the worst. You're taxed 40 cents. So this 40 cents out of every dollar, whether you're a small self-employed or whatever, or you're an entrepreneur, employee. So now this is what you have at the dollar left to live on, right? In my hand is 60 cents, 6 dimes. This is what you've been asked to live on. So now we're experiencing inflation, which is a silent tax, the highest it's been in 40 years. I'm going to be modest again, even though I think it's more 30 cents for gas, groceries, daycare, property taxes, plot taxes, rent increases. I think it's more 30%, but I'm going to be modest for teaching purposes. And I'm just going to say 20 cents to inflation, even though we're seeing 7 and 6 and $8 gas. I'm going to be modest. Why am I being modest? Well, you haven't paid your mortgage, your rent. You haven't bought groceries. You haven't paid for daycare, private school, tuition. You haven't bought the children's clothes. You haven't paid for college tuition. You haven't paid for that student loan debt or that credit card debt. So I'm being modest. So you have 40 cents. See, this is what you don't learn in schools. Of every dollar left before you have paid one bill. So what most you hear is you have to live below your means and you have to find a way to make the 40 cents work. Now, let me tell you why budgeting does not work for most people. Because we have about 80% of Americans who are earning under 70,000 a year. So you can't budget broke. This is why Dave Ramsey says, get a second job. You can't budget broke, meaning that you've called your insurance provider, you call your cell phone provider, you call your Netflix, you call Sirius FM, right? The kids got to have internet for school. You got to have internet in your house. You call them and say, I want the basic plan. And they tell you, well, that is our basic plan. Your income is not enough. Now with utility bills increasing, the cost of living increasing, but your money is staying the same. In fact, most people yearly raise is about 30 cents a year. You can't budget broke. So now you have a negative cash flow problem, whether you're a small business or you're an entrepreneur. So what you do, because the government took 30 cents from the top, is out of your dollar, you go and get into debt to finance that vehicle, to finance that mortgage. You go get credit cards because your income is not enough to try to make up for the 30 cents that the government take out top. And then people tell you to live off 40 cents. Well, you can't. See, I just showed you an example where rent increased from $350 to $1,000. You can't control that. You got to come up with money somewhere. Your mortgage increasing. Your 40 cents is not enough. So what I do instead of doing the Dave Ramsey approach of telling you to get a second job is I tell people to text cash flow to that number on the screen. I help you get 30 cents back. Now you're working with 70 cents and not 40. Now the money that you are spending on your cell phone, your internet, your cable, your oil changes, your gas, your mileage, your insurance, all of this comes back to you when you partnership, even vacations, when you do a small percentage of your vacation, even a square footage of your house, apartment, condo, townhouse, wherever you live, mobile home, doesn't matter. You can be getting rent money back and 70 cents back of that money shifted back to you. That's called income shifting. And people, if you don't do this, if you don't learn to at least keep 70 cents out of every dollar, you're not going to make it. I don't care how much you invest. Because the money, the 30 cents that you could have been shifting back to you to invest, it's gone. This could have been investing money. Now that this gone, you got to take a chunk and now you got to pay your money to the banks to take out loans because you don't have the income. And most people say, well, I could just make more money. Well, if you make more money, government gonna take more taxes. So you gotta fix the number one expense, which is your taxes. That's coming out from this dollar. Once you keep more of that, now you can successfully and stress-free invest. Most people don't teach you how to get the money back. And a second job does not give you the money back that you're spending on your cell phone bill, your utilities, your square footage. A second job doesn't do that. So not only do you keeping more money, but you're getting money back that you're spending out. So now you can really have money to invest. And now instead of just income money, when you share these financial strategies and give yourself a financial fix, you get residual passive income from sharing the opportunities with others. See, you can't budget broke. You got to figure out a way to make more money, but you got to figure out a way to make more money in a way that you're going to keep more of the money that you're making, that the government is not going to take more that you're making. Two jobs are for two people. And so now one person is taxed like two. Chicken fries. I don't eat chicken fries, but she said $17 for a bag of frozen chicken fries. Never eaten chicken fries. But wow, it sounds like a lot of money, right? So people, I'm gonna be honest with you all though. Some of you all are gonna have to change your diet and it's gonna help your health. You're gonna have to cut back on spending on some people you're gonna have to budget. And this recession is gonna cause people to budget, meaning that the food won't be on the shelf anyway. You're going to learn that you can do without that food that was detrimental to your health anyway. I'm not freaking out over no sugar. I don't do sugar. I'm not perfect with my diet by far, right? But if this forces me to be a vegan, I'm going to be mentally prepared for it. I'm going to be cool. If I have to fast more, I'm going to be fine. So people, now we have even a gas stove ban. They're banning gas stoves from restaurants. Californians, new regulations on natural gas. Have you all heard that? I'm telling you all why this is starting with California. They're banning natural gas everywhere. So these electronic vehicles they're going to even cost more. People, if you're not going to get serious about your money at this time, your money is not going to be serious about you. If it's any time to get your cash flow up, to increase your credit scores, To be in the system that get you a discount on your utility bill, the time is now for you to invest in that system and invest in yourself. So a gas stove ban coming out of California. They're saying the end of Korean barbecue in LA. And they're making new regulations on natural gas. So people, yeah, people are going to be forced to have dietary change. People are going to act animalistic as a result of this forced diet change. Even in the health pandemic, you can't convince people that some things were unhealthy for them anyway. They want what they want. And hey, if you took something that I was highly addicted to, I wouldn't go out, and I would hope I wouldn't. Never say never, but it wouldn't be my intention to go out and do anything detrimental. But you're going to have this that's really going to affect people, even things that's were considered to be healthy, like baby formula, that's not available on the shelf. So, people, if you're not woke right now, if this is not a wake up call for you that we are in a recession headed to depression, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. All I can tell you is to get positioned right now to live a healthier lifestyle, to see some of your favorite food items that probably wasn't the best anyway if you read the ingredients off the shelf. Stock up on things that have long shelf life. Get natural rice that doesn't have all the preservatives. If you're buying the best rice, for example, it's going to have rice pre-cooked and this, about three things for ingredients. Start paying attention to what your ingredients are. You can have some land and you can plant um, your food, and learning, how to plant your own. That's, getting back to vegetarian type and fruit anyway, and just have a positive mindset. It is going to make people a lot more healthier, right? Not frozen, um, you know, food that has high sodium in it anyway. That's has Because it has to be preserved. Like these frozen foods have to have a high amount of sodiums in it to preserve them for longer shelf life. So try to, look into things that more fresh produce, and get ready for mentally prepare yourself. And just know that this change is still going to be good, better for your health the more you can eat more natural, fresh foods anyway. Uh, Lisa says, "Oh, did you all know, Lisa? You all brought that out, and also, did you all know they're saying it's a soil shortage? Let me see if I can find that article. I mean, they're just talking about all types of shortages and soil for people. This is CNBC reporting a soil shortage for people that may have small containers that want to, grow things, maybe apartment, or don't have that land. Global soil shortage threatens not only food but medicine and climate. So, soil, like oil, they're saying, can be considered gold. Black gold, they're running out. United Nations declared soil finite and predicted catastrophic loss within 60 years. These are places that already have lost their topsoil, and the impact of soil degradation could be up to 23 trillion, and losses of food, the ecosystem services. They're saying by 2050. So, that gives us a whole lot of time. But I'm just, why are they releasing and talking about this today? So soil threats in the global report, soil erosion, and 10% of crops. Much of the fertilizer again come from Russia, Ukraine anyway. That's why we have the death fluid shortage for diesel operating vehicles. And so now Columbia Climate School saw, and yeah. So if this is going to be something down in the long term, I'm like, wow, you are releasing this and talking about it today. Healthy soil for people that, may want to grow within containers because they may not have land to grow crops and things. All Lisa said, there's a problem with purchasing seeds, so get your seeds. Yeah. Yeah, I can believe that as well. So people get things that have long shelf life. Expect to have some of maybe your favorite items. The restaurants, some of these restaurants, the food quality is not good anyway. It doesn't. I don't know about you all, but it just doesn't taste the same. At some of these restaurants, you can tell the food quality, the taste, and everything is falling off. And I'm not gonna do this in this live stream, but I'm logging off. I do want you all to tune in. I want to talk about tomorrow on a live stream about kingdom, the difference between kingdom and religion, what it means to be a kingdom citizen. Most people teach kingdom, don't teach kingdom. Um, I want to tap on some things about the spiritual world, spirituality, and science, dating back to ancient Egyptians. Something that Billy Carson brought out that I listened to today, that Genesis means the generation of Isis. So, going back to where these names are derived from, where do we get Adam and Atom of science, and not getting too deep into that, but getting deep enough that you recognize that you, in the midst of all this, have the manifested power of God within. See, religion teaches people to just tolerate circumstances, to be happy with toleration. But kingdom, real kingdom teaching and preaching teaches people to have power and control over their circumstances. Like Jesus and the man at the pool of Bethesda, he gave him the words and affirmation and the instructions to have power over that which was controlling him. Religion, for example, will teach healing and get you healed, but it won't teach how to stay healthy, right? To where you won't need continuously healing, how to keep your healing. Religion will have lines of people to lay hands on them for sickness and healing and demons. But why don't they have lines of people to cast out the spirit of poverty and poverty thinking and poverty mindset and poverty actions? Because prosperity is taught all throughout the Bible. No one in connection with Jesus was either poor or remained poor or hungry after being in connection with him. Religion teaches people to expect change to come without changing themselves, and that's not what the Bible teaches. That's not how it's going to work. They seem to forget that faith without works are dead. They want a savior. They don't want to put any effort. Everything in the Bible required following instructions, even after you gave. Whether it was to name and to dip in the water 7 times for his healing, he had to take action, affirmative action steps. So I want to really get on that, because a lot of people, their mindset, like they're expecting right now the government should bail me out. Like, did you all know that depressions happen every 70 to 100 years? This is nothing new under the sun. People want the government to bail them out. If you ask me, what do I think the next 10 years will be? I will say probably about the same. Taxes are going to get higher. Prices are going to get higher. It is you that have to get better. As Jim Rohn would say, don't wish it was easier, wish you was better. Religion keeps people in a posture of begging. And everybody wants two things. They want power and control. They want power and control over their circumstances, over their situations, over their peace, over their health, over their well being. But you cannot want these things and you don't want to take action. See, people change for two reasons. They either change out of pain or they change from pleasure. They either change for inspiration or they change out of desperation. I would rather you change for the beginning to out of inspiration and out of pleasure versus changing out of pain and out of desperation. So religion teaches people to be content, that in the by and by. It does not teaches you. I'm gonna say this and I'm logging off. I'm logging off. I'm gonna give you a homework assignment. I want you to read Daniel chapter 7. I'm gonna leave you with a cliffhanger. I'm gonna leave you with something to think about. Read Daniel chapter 7. That's the Old Testament. Some people don't read the Bible at all. And they got that from slavery. During slave times, the masters would stand by as they appointed preachers, whoever they appointed to preach to the slaves. And the masters would stand by with a gun or weaponry or whips or whatever and make sure that whoever they appointed to be a preacher to the slaves, because they did not want to teach the slaves to read or write, would only teach excerpts from the Bible. They didn't want to teach them in its entirety. They only want to teach them certain scriptures. And that's how most people are today. They go to church, they listen to a preacher who doesn't teach the Bible in its whole context or entirety. They take bits and chunks out, whatever their pleasure is. And people don't look at the broader picture. But I want you to look at Daniel chapter 7. And in Daniel chapter 7, it talks about that heaven already has a kingdom. Heaven is already set up on a king system. So you're not dying to go to heaven to have any type of rulership or any dominion in heaven. Heaven already has its dominion set up. So if heaven already has its dominion set up, then what's your purpose? Your purpose is you're supposed to have dominion on this earth realm. Read Genesis 1 and 26. Not to die and go to heaven and finally have some dominion, some power, and some control. You're supposed to have dominion here. And many people do not operate in that dominion. They don't operate in the inner God within them. Everybody, no, not everybody. Everybody has the Christ in them, but not everybody is equal according to ability. According to Matthew 25, the master gave gold to people according to their own ability. One got 5 bags of gold, the other got 2, and the other got 1. So what the infinite God did, infinite gods, according to Genesis 1, in the beginning, Elohim means powerful ones. Elohim in the chapter Genesis 1 is mentioned exactly 33 times. I can get into that, but I won't. 33, the age that Christ were crucified, the Christos, the Christ. I talked about the number 8, the resurrection. Everything in the Bible is strategically numbered and strategically placed in position by order of operations. Most people don't understand it though. And so everyone has the Christos within them, but your ability may differ from somebody else. So what the infinite God did, infinite creator, was made you intradependent, but not interdependent. Meaning you have the power within. But people, I've never seen a rich hermit. That means you can't manifest. That's his laws. That's the laws. I have to get out of saying his, because how can a God be a gender? That's number one. That's the laws that the infinite God, infinite power, infinite spirit put in place. That this has to be done within the leverage and the strength and the collaboration and cooperation and working with others to manifest on at your highest level. So I really want to get into that tomorrow, but hey, I might have some better news for the crypto world. But I love teaching about the spiritual and natural part of money, because I believe that if you don't learn how to live from within, you're going to have to learn to live without. Money is just as much spiritual as it is physical, and you got to understand that. You got to realize that, and everyone should have someone that's their spiritual mentor that they are giving to, and the mentor should give to others as well, according to your own ability. Todd from Colorado, because he gave me the affirmation and said bars, I'm going to end this live stream. Thank you all for tuning in again. What I say, 20 more subscribers or 30 more? I don't know. It's between 20 and 30 to get to 37,000. So make sure you take time to subscribe, hit that thumbs up. And I thank all of you all for tuning in and staying in all the way to the end, because you could have been listening to anybody else, but you decided to come in and chill and listen to the queen. Hey, this recession is going to be ugly. It is. But you can still come out pretty with it. I'm not going to tell you this is not going to be ugly. This is going to be ugly. That does not mean that you cannot come out pretty, right? And your finances and your health and your wealth. So we're going to have that positive mindset going into this, but we are not going to deny that it's happening. We're going to prepare. We're going to be planned, and we're going to be tuned into the instructions that we need to get out of this unbruised, undamaged, but better, right? We're going to be better. We're not going to do Biden's plan. We're going to do God's plan, right? We're going to do God's plan. Hey, you all, again, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed. Thank you for tuning in, you all. Peace and blessings. Hit those numbers on the screen if you're interested in investing in crypto. You need to increase your credit score. Cash flows, two numbers. For crypto is 331-444-5556. And cash flow is 254-788-1144. Queen out.